more, so I left the Matrix.
And my money just tripled. I had a good time and it cost me a little. So I found peace, tranquility, faith in my abilities.
I couldn't fake no more, so I left the Matrix.
Hey, what's up, people? This is Profe Gallo, and I'm here in DC, in the District of Columbia, Washington, the capital of the United States. Estoy aquí en Washington, DC, el Distrito de Columbia, la capital de los Estados Unidos, y estoy de frente del río Anacostia, the Anacostia River. Is right here, and I'm facing the center of the city. Estoy de frente del centro de la capital. Y por ahí, en esta dirección, es el estadio de the Nationals, el equipo de béisbol. That is the National Stadium where the Washington Nationals play. And this is behind this building here. Behind this building here is a stadium where the Washington, what's it called, the football club? Damn, I forgot the football club name, but the football club, that's where they play here. And then, of course, in Maryland is where the Redskins play, or the Washington football team play. And downtown is where the Washington Wizards play. You can't see all that from here, but this is the new bridge, South Capitol Street Bridge, and the Anacostia River. And further down is where you'll have Alexandria and all that, Alexandria, Virginia. So it's a cold, windy day today in May. It's not a lot going on because it's Mother's Day and it's still pretty early in the day, but this is what the city looks like from this angle. So I am currently in Southwest DC, facing Northwest. No, this is technically that's Southeast, Northwest. Yeah, the other side of this river is Northwest, and this is Southwest that I'm in right now. See a couple of boats out here. The background there is the Washington National Airport. I frequently use that airport when I fly in and out of the area. Let's just give a little. So I can tell you this, in recent years, this is where they've been building condos. So all these are condos right here. All those big buildings right there are condos. All those buildings right there are condos. So years ago, these condos did not exist. All that in the background there are condos. Years ago, these condos didn't exist. This area right here was more of an industrial area. As you see the large chimneys. This area was an industrial area, but recently when they decided that they were going to build the soccer team was going to build a stadium there, and before they built the national stadium there, it was all industrial. So those two stadiums built up the development in this area. So now all you see is condos. So there's a lot of buildings, condo buildings that look like that are taking over the row houses. So you have neighborhoods that were filled with row houses that are now condos. You see the Washington Monument in the background right there. That's the monument. I'm going to see if I can take a trip out there later today so I can have some of you folks see the area of the monument, which is located in the National Mall. So let me see, because right now it's still early. There's not a lot of traffic, so I want to take advantage of that so some of you all can see that. Y para la gente que no habla inglés, y lo que yo voy a hacer es yo voy a entrar el centro de la ciudad porque yo quiero que ustedes vean más de la ciudad. Por ahí es el monument, y eso está ubicado en la zona National Mall. Entonces, si no hay mucho tapón, voy a entrar al centro de la ciudad para que ustedes puedan ver más de la ciudad. Listo, vamos a ver. So I'm back. Aquí estoy encima del río Anacostia. I'm on top of the Anacostia River on the South Capitol Street Bridge. Here is the National Stadium. This is where the Nationals play. Boom. The Nationals, best team in the league. Over here, this is where the soccer team plays, the Audi Stadium. The MGM, advertising for the MGM, that's Jamie Foxx. So the MGM casino was right outside of DC. So right when you leave DC, off of 295, you'll see the MGM casino. Over here on the other side of the river is where I just came from. So now we're officially in Northwest DC. Now I'm going to take a little walk so you all can see a little bit. Here's the other side of the city. A lot of government buildings and condos. So this is Sunday morning. There's not a lot of activity. There's not a lot going on. So this is the best time to be doing this video because there's no traffic. And I hate traffic. Ahora, esta mañana, en domingo, y no hay mucho tapón ahora. Entonces es mejor para mover durante este tiempo porque la tapón aquí en esta ciudad es fuerte. Hay mucha construcción por aquí porque la capital está desarrollando mucho en esta área. Está quitando y destruyendo muchos edificios viejos para poner más edificios, más centros comerciales y apartamentos nuevos, modernos. So I'm going to keep walking. Instead of going down South Capitol Street, I'm going to take I'm going to walk South Capitol Street for a little bit, just so you all can see the area. So it's been raining this whole weekend, so I may stop this video short if it starts raining too much. How in the world did they get those trucks on top of that building? And this is one of the entrances, No, or exits for the stadium. Self-storage. Now, as I walk across the street, I'll show you what the houses used to look like in the past. En este camino voy a enseñar cómo eran las casas en esta área antes de los edificios grandes de apartamentos. No puedes ver ahora. So this is one of the entrances right here to the stadium. So here's what the houses used to look like, somewhat. These look more modern, but they used to look somewhat like this. So somewhere like this, these row houses, these townhouses, used to dominate the cities, not just in New York, not just in Washington D.C., but also in Baltimore and Richmond and Philly and New York. These were like the standard in many of these cities on the East Coast. And now in D.C., that is the standard. So cambió desde fue los tipos de casas que dominó todas las ciudades en la costa este de Estados Unidos. Pero ahora, ese es el nuevo. Ahora, apartamentos así domina esta ciudad. So it went from this to this. And now this is everywhere. They even got trees growing on top of the buildings. And that's very common here. They tend to have gardens or parks on top of the buildings because it says it conserves energy for the building. Good morning, how are you? So that is what the row houses used to look like, just like that, throughout the entire city. Here's another entrance right here. This is exactly what the row houses look like or used to look like here in DC. But that's a thing of the past now, for the most part. Oh, my bad, so this is still southeast, not northwest yet. Now the other side of the highway is northwest. So here on the weekends, this area is very popular in the South Capitol Street area. A lot of restaurants and bars and condos, apartments. Esta área es muy popular in the South Capitol Street area, around the stadium. A lot of bars, muchos restaurantes. Pero como yo te dije, eso es mayormente por solamente ese distrito de la capital, South Capitol Street. Mucha gente no viene específicamente aquí para janguear, para pasar el tiempo. Eso es mayormente porque en esta área hay 2 estadios. Hay mucha gente que vive aquí en esta área, en este distrito. Entonces mayormente esa misma gente hanguear por aquí. Now further up, más adelante, is what do you call a waterfront y el centro de la ciudad. So if I have time, you see where the monument is in the background? So if I have time, I'll go out to the monument area. I mean, though this country's rich, there's still some people who are less fortunate, of course. He's looking to get some donations. So further down that area, that's the waterfront area, down that street. That is M Street. South Capitol, further down South Capitol becomes North Capitol on the other side of the highway there. So I'm gonna stop right here. And I'm gonna continue in a bit. St. Vincent Catholic Church. Some more restaurants and shops on M Street down here. Hotels, etc. But this is just one part of DC. Just one part. And voy a enseñar mucho más. Peace. So I'm back. Woo, that car went fast, huh? So I'm back right now. I'm entering Chinatown. So now, as we enter Chinatown in DC, this is what it looks like. Aquí es Barrio Chino. Y todo está en inglés y chino también en esta área. So, just to be upfront, yeah, this is Barrio Chino. Este es Barrio Chino. This is Chinatown. Pero no es como el Barrio Chino en San Francisco o Barrio Chino en Nueva York. No es como así. Es un Barrio Chino chiquito. Pero es un Barrio Chino. So this Chinatown is not big like the Chinatown in San Francisco, which is probably amongst the biggest, or Chinatown in New York. But it's a small Chinatown, but it's still Chinatown. They still carry on some of its I guess history. I think it's the 7th Street, right? It's the 7th Street. But yeah, this is 7th Street. Good. So this is what it looks like. It is not busy. Normally this area is super busy, but it's Sunday morning, so there's not a lot going on, which is good. That means less traffic. All right, now I can walk. And that's what it looks like. Going down 8th Street. In this area, a lot of the roads look the same. 7th Street is the main thoroughway through Barrio Chino, through Chinatown. And you can see some of the stores they have here. Some of the shops with the words, with the letters written in Chinese and in English. There's a movie theater here. And here is where they have the Capital One Center, which is where they have like the big concerts, the big events, the major artists, music artists will come here to do shows. This is where the Washington Wizards and the Washington Capitals and the Washington Mystics play. Clyde is a popular restaurant here. So this is a popular hangout spot, not just on the weekends, but every night. And the Chinatown Metro station is underneath, which you can enter. That's the north side entrance, and the south side entrance down here. I know you expected to see them. Now, where are all the Chinese people, all the Chinese shops? Well, they're here, but it's just they're on the other side, and there's not really much to see. Here's the museum, Smithsonian American Art Museum. In this area, there's lots of museums, lots of different things going on. Here's another angle. Boom. There you have it. I'll show some more a little bit later. Este es el famoso Avenida de Pennsylvania. So this is the famous Pennsylvania Avenue. That is the Capitol building, the building where Congress does its business, the Senate, the U.S. House of Representatives. Este es el edificio de Congreso en Estados Unidos. Y este es de otro lado. Y ahora yo estoy caminando por la zona de el Mall Nacional, el National Mall. So in the National Mall, hay muchos museos, muchos edificios importantes de la capital de los Estados Unidos. Muy cerca de aquí es la Casa Blanca. También hay el Monument, hay muchos museos, hay the Capitol Building, edificio de la capital. Hay muchos lugares importantes. So over here on the National Mall, and I'm about to enter the National Mall right now, there are a lot of important buildings along the National Mall. The Monument, you have the White House is nearby. You have the Capitol building where the U.S. Congress holds all of its business. And you have a lot of museums. Right now it's, like I said, it's morning. It's kind of cold. Even though it's May, even though it's spring, it's kind of cold. Not cold, but a little chilly. And there's people outside, but not as many as there would be if the weather was a little better. But thankfully it's Sunday, there's not a lot of traffic, so I don't mind being out here. Here's Constitution Avenue, and I'm about to walk in this direction here so that you guys can get more of an idea of what the Capitol looks like. So I'm here, I'm walking along the National Mall. There's lots of hot dog stands where they're selling food. They're selling, you know, shirts, hats, sweaters, stuff like that, comida, hot dogs, hamburguesas, helado, todo. So here to my right, we have a government building, un edificio de gobierno, yo no sé qué es. Y este aquí is a National Museum of National Museum of American History. And around the alrededor del edificio hay todos banderas de cada estado, distrito y territorio de Estados Unidos. Aquí hay más comida diferente, comida Grecia, comida de Mediterráneo, comida de otro lugar. So I mean, it's really common here in the cities in DC and other cities in the country where you have food trucks, que son camiones que venden comida. Eso es muy común aquí. So I'm going to walk towards the monument, which is in the background right there. Y para que la gente sepa, los Estados Unidos es un país muy grande, ¿no? En esta ciudad, la capital de los Estados Unidos, Washington, D.C., tiene muchos turistas que vienen aquí. Pero también hay mucha gente de países diferentes que viven aquí. So, this is the National Mall, el Mall Nacional, donde es como un parque grande en Estados Unidos. Es más como, ¿cómo yo puedo comparar eso? Para la gente que conoce Nueva York tiene Central Park, Parque Central. Eso es como, es parecido aquí, National Mall. El National Mall tiene muchos museos, muchos parques para jugar y todo eso. Esta área está utilizada para tener festivales, eventos diferentes. Entonces los fines de semana en esta área nuevamente hay mucha gente, pero ahora no. Y la razón es por el frío, because it's kind of cold. It's probably the reason why there's not a lot of people outside. So this is the National Museum of African American History. This is new. This was I think this was completed. And I'm going to walk in this direction. I'm going to cross the street and walk in that direction. No, I'm going to walk in this direction. So this was complete like back in 2000 and I want to say 16 or 15 or 16. And initially, this museum was created, was opened up only to like VIP invitations, and so they got the whole museum, put together entirely, and now it's open to the public. So for those of you who really like museums, DC is definitely one of those places you want to be to take advantage of the many museums that are located here, especially under the umbrella of Smithsonian. And they're free. Free museums. Free. Los museos aquí de Smithsonian son gratis. Y son mucho. Entonces, para la gente que le gusta los museos, tú puedes disfrutar tu tiempo aprendiendo mucho sobre la cultura, la historia del país. Y aquí es el monument. Y el monument, hecho en siglo XIX. Now, this building here, you see it's high. There is a law that states that no building can be taller than your monument. That's why in DC you don't have a skyline like other cities, like New York, like Philadelphia, like Boston, like Baltimore, like Atlanta, like Charlotte. You don't have a city line like that, a skyline like that, because there's a rule that says no building can be taller than the monument. So I think right now the tallest a building can be is like 10 stories, something like that. But they're trying to repeal that. So especially now, since they're developing a lot more and more in the country, I mean a lot more and more in the city, they want to repeal that rule. I mean, think about it. If you only have a certain amount of space in the city, and you only have a limit of how high you can build the buildings, that limits your growth. And that's not really good for the city, no? Especially for the folks who are money hungry and want to make money. They want to be able to raise that. Let me cross the street over here. They want to be able to raise that limit. Get you a better look. So basically you can enter at the bottom there where there's a line to get in. You get on the elevator, you go all the way up at the top. And then that's where you'll be able to see the entire city and entire region, capital region, from the top. I've never been, but maybe I'll go in the future. But right now, I don't have time. I got things to do. But I wanted to take some time out to show some of you all the city, what it looks like. And I've only showed you a portion, a very small portion. But in the future, when I come back to the city, I'll show much more. Y entonces lo que yo estoy diciendo es que solo enseñé a ustedes un poco, muy poquito de la ciudad de Washington, D.C. Y hay mucho más que ver, pero yo no tengo mucho tiempo, tengo cosas que hacer. Entonces, voy a terminar este video aquí. Peace. Por favor, da me gusta y subscribe to my channel. Peace.